Hello everyone, today we are going to render this bathroom. This is our final rendering. I also want to show you the DeFi render preview. This is our DeFi preview. Before we redo the rendering, I also want to show you all the lighting we are using here. As you can see, it's pretty simple. First, we have a HDR ambient lighting, and then we have two rectangular light. This is our main light source, and the rest is just a light strip. That's all the lights. Now let's start DeFi render. Create new project. Create new scene and say the file. Okay, before we do anything, let's adjust the view first. Change this to fly mode and then movement speed to 1. And then adjust the view. Let's update the view. And change the view to 2-point perspective. Update and save. Change the fly mode to orbit mode and then zoom out. Let's check the default environment. First, we have this green terrain and blue sky. Sometimes the green and the blues will bleed into our interior, so we don't want any of that. Let's delete the terrain first and go back to our view. And then go to Effect and turn off Auto Exposure and lower the exposure and update the scene. Now let's replace the sky. We'll use a HDR. Go to Custom, Pure Studio 6. You can find this on my Patreon. And update. Now we are ready to create the main light. Create a rectangular light outside the window. Rotate 90 degrees and put it in the center. Resize the light. Just make it bigger than our window. And then move it out a little bit. Go back to our view and increase the radius. Let's copy this light inside the window. We don't want the light sticking into our ceiling, so let's resize it to make it smaller. Also, let's decrease the intensity to half the value, 15. And that's the main light source. Also, we need to turn on the sun. Let's increase the sun radius so the shadow edge will be blurry, and also use custom HDR direction and change altitude to lower value like 15. Adjust the sun, rotate the sun, and find the proper position. And update the scene so we can save all the changes here. The next step is create some strip light in our interior. Let's create strip light. Let's put the strip light above the mirror. And rotate it. Also change the barn door length to 0. Adjust the position. And change its color temperature to a warm color, like 3000. And copy this line. And then rotate. And copy another one to put it here. And one more. Okay. The strip line. Let's select all the strip line and move it. Right now it's sticking out. Much better. And then we will just copy this line and create another one in here. Let's move it. And resize it to make it smaller. Then copy this line and put it in the shelf. And resize. Copy 2 more. Go back to the view. If we want, we can group these 3 lights together. And also we need to create an emissive light here. So just change this material to emissive and change the color temperature and increase the intensity to a proper value. We need to change this to an emissive material. Emissive. And color temperature. Okay, that's all the lights we need. Next step, we need to adjust the effect. Change exposure. And then suppress the highlight exposure. So the brightest part in our image will be suppressed. And increase the shadow exposure. so the darkest part in our image will be brighter. 2. Also, we need to adjust contrast. 0.2. Change the color white balance to a warmer color. And adjust the tint. And also adjust the saturation. And we need to use a LUT. Use a custom LUT. Right now it's too strong, let's decrease the intensity. Update the scene. It's time to adjust materials. First, select the ceiling and change its roughness to 1. And select the wall and change its roughness to 1. And select the floor and change its roughness to 0.2. A little bit of reflection. And then select the shower tray and change its roughness to 0. Select the mirror and increase its metallic to 1 and roughness to 0. And select the frame of the partition. And right now it's too dark. We need to adjust its color to a brighter color. Do the same for this shower. Select the faucet and change its color to a brighter color. Also, change this to a brighter color. Select this one and change to a brighter color. And select the glass and change its opacity to 0 so it's transparent, and change its base color to pure white. Select the glass and change its opacity to 0 and base color to pure white. As for the wood, we can just keep it as it is now. Select the vase and change to a metallic and lower the roughness. And also change the base color. Select the shampoo and change its opacity and its base color to pure white. Select the toilet and change its roughness to 0. And select this vase, and right now it's a little too dark. We want a brighter color. So let's go to the map and change its brightness. Select the leaves and change its material template to foliage. Select the marble and change its roughness to 0. Select the handle and change its metallic to 1 and roughness to 0. Do the same for the door handle. Metallic and roughness to 0. Select the tower and change its roughness to 1. And select this tower and change its roughness to 1. Also this one. This will be plastic material, so we will change its roughness to 0. And this one, also the same, 0. And select the cap and change to a brighter color. Right now it's pure black. Let's increase the brightness. Okay. Select this one and change its roughness to 0. Select the cup and change its roughness to 0. And select the glass and change its opacity to 0 and change the base color to pure white. Select the socket and change its roughness to 0 and change its base color to pure white. Select the fabric and change its roughness to 1. Also change this one. Maybe the vase is a little too dark. We can adjust the color. And also adjust the horse. It's a little too dark now. Let's fine-tune the exposure and then export. Update. And then we can export. Select aspect ratio to 3:2 and use 2K. Export. And this is our final rendering. If you want, you can fine-tune the light intensity and the materials. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.